it's Erica James again, and in this video I will be talking about my Healthy Sexuality and Personal Safety unit. I found this unit very useful because it's helping to prepare me for some events that could happen quite soon or even a lot later in life. And I learned a bunch of new things too. I learned that there are some different terms for sexuality and what they mean. So, for example, I learned that aromatic means a person who experiences little to no romantic attraction to others or even a lack of interest in emotional relationships. Um, also, metrosexual means a male who takes more of an effort in his appearance, so probably buys a lot more clothes and stuff. And I also learned that bigender means a person who fluctuates between traditional woman and man gender based behaviors and identities. In ways of internal systems, I learned that the female actually has a more complicated sexual system than a male, meaning that we have more tubes and they're different. We also have organs that we need to pay more attention to just to stay in proper health. I also learned that there are many types of birth control, not just the pill, extending to injections. So, a hormone injected into a female every 3 months. Also, IUDs, which is a slow release of hormone that sits in the uterus and lasts about 3 years. And also the morning after pill, which can be used up to 72 hours after sex, and also it forces a period. Um, I learned that abstinence, so not having sex in any way, shape, or form ever, is the only way to completely protect myself from sexually transmitted infections and pregnancies. I also learned that there are actually two main different types of sexually transmitted infections. So, bacterial, which includes chlamydia and gonorrhea, and viral, which includes the human papilloma virus and genital herpes. I learned that also sexually transmitted infections can not only be transmitted by sex, so vaginal, anal, or oral, but can also be transmitted by blood, like sharing razors and needles. What I found actually quite interesting is that most female pregnancy protection does not include a sexually transmitted infection protection. So, besides abstinence, there's no real way for females to protect themselves um, besides getting checked. Also, getting checked regularly, as in pap smear or STI tests, and even for other diseases, is very important to the personal health of a female. I also learned that teens should not be pressured into sexual relationships by their other friends' relationships, by their emotional partner, especially, nor by the influence of television and movies, which is actually happening a lot more now. I learned that the ideal identify, describe, evaluate, act, learn decision making model is actually a useful tool when it comes to sexual health and protection because a teen's first instinct could be wrong and end up hurting someone. So it makes you take the time to slow it down and take the steps to get the proper decision. This unit actually meant a lot to me because it meant that I'm equipped with the knowledge of the positive and negative effects of having sexual relations with someone and what some of my options are when I am in this situation, i.e., different types of birth control, sexually transmitted infection, protection, and prevention, and the different types of sexuality. It also means to me that I have the proper information that I need when I'm ready to start a sexual relationship with a partner who I already have an emotional relationship with. Um, and I found that really important. I can also use this unit to build on my 40 assets. I can use it to build on my social competencies asset number 32. I know how to plan ahead and make choices by informing me that there are many options out there that are available to me and that I should plan when it comes to things like my sexual health, like making sure I am taking my own birth control and carrying my own condoms because they aren't always reliable to have a guy have one. I can also use this unit to build on another social competencies asset, number 35. I can resist negative peer pressure in dangerous situations by informing me about the difficult situations that I can get into with my peers, so what I can avoid too. Um, and when I become sexually active, what needs to be done. For example, accidentally giving drunk consent for sex at a peer's party is something that I can imagine happens often. I can also use this unit to promote healthy ways of living for myself and my friends and my peers. By within this unit, by knowing my options before, during, and after a sexual encounter or relationship, not only knowing my options and promoting these healthy ways of living, but the new information I have about the accessibility to doctors, whether it be a walk-in clinic or your family doctor, the STIs protection, so condoms, also the prevention of using vaccines and the treatments, even if the infection itself isn't curable, there are mostly medications to treat the symptoms. There are also more that I can use and will use to protect myself and the people that I care about. I can also promote these healthy ways of living within this unit by knowing the steps that need to be evaluated when making important decisions, like should my boyfriend come over if my parents are at home, or should I accept the consent of my intoxicated friend, by using the ideal decision making model to help identify the problem, describe the ways to solve it, evaluate each solution, and act on the best solution, and learn about the plan that can decide whether this will actually impact the relationship negatively or positively. Anyways, thanks for watching.